Hey guys, welcome to Com 101. This week we are talking about New York City and its election of Zohran Mamdani as mayor of New York City. And the fact that people that don't live anywhere near New York City are going absolutely crazy. I am not a New York City voter, but I do work, I commute, and I often enjoy myself in New York City on a very regular basis. So I, unlike many of the people that are complaining a lot, actually do have a vested interest in the outcome of this election. New Jersey, where I live, in fact, makes up about 10% of New York City's workforce. So, unlike the people of, say, Kentucky, whose state secretary of state had to, on election day, tweet out or X out, I don't know what the word for it is, a reminder that the reason that the polls were closed in Kentucky on November 4th was because Kentucky wasn't having any elections, and that Kentucky voters cannot, in fact, vote for mayor of New York City or governor of Virginia or New York or New Jersey, where I'm from, or even, Prop 50 in California. So, yeah. Okay, so for all the vitriol over Mamdani, and yes, it is pronounced.
The name is Mamdani, M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it because we got to get it right.
In case for some reason, Andrew, I'm not a pervert, I'm just Italian, Cuomo is watching this. Of all the racist crap in the world that we've ever seen between Cuomo and commentators on Fox News and MAGA.
The results in New Jersey were disastrous. The results in Virginia were terrible. The results in New York, Comrade Mamdani is the face of the Democrat Party. We have an actual communist jihadist, and it's important to note, Mamdani is not a socialist. I think it's terrible for America. I think, New York is the largest city in America. It is the financial capital of the world. It is the media capital of the world. And New York, we are going to see New Yorkers die. This is a lunatic who wants to abolish the police. This is a jihadist who cheers on the radicals and the terrorists, who chants, globalize the intifada.
We've elected a Muslim! And by we, I mean, the mayor, the people of New York City. Yeah. And guess what? Donald Trump invited a literal jihadist to the White House. Not a hypothetical one because you don't like what he thinks, Ted Cruz. A literal, living, breathing jihadist who fought for Al-Qaeda against U.S. troops. This dude, Ahmed Hussein, I guess it's okay to have Hussein as a middle name as long as you're not Barack Obama, al-Shahara, is the new president of Syria. Prior to his election, he fought in several designated terrorist groups. He's been accused of engaging in war crimes. Our own State Department designated him as a global terrorist in 2013. But yeah, I guess the guy who was 9 years old on 9/11 is who we should be worried about, not literally the guy who was fighting our own troops. Guess who's coming to dinner? So look, I'm not even saying back Mamdani. Disagree with him all you want, politically, ethically, whatever. But let's all stop pretending that the reason that people dislike Mamdani is because of his politics or his net worth, as Cuomo keeps calling him a Nepo baby for the past the entire length of the election. Cuomo, of course, was the son of a governor, was the governor himself, and his little brother had a TV show. Cuomo is a known loser. He was forced to resign in disgrace, and he's literally the biggest Nepo baby of all time. So go away, dude. Nothing would make people happier. And all of the Cuomo people who want to claim that Curtis Cat Lady Sliwa is to blame for taking Cuomo's votes and giving them to Mamdani, first of all, shut up. Because for the same reason that Jill Stein's votes didn't belong to Hillary, Curtis Sliwa's votes didn't belong to Cuomo. If you want to win elections, run better candidates. Secondly, at least Curtis Sliwa is a genuine dude. He's not a little bitch who's been saying for the entirety of the campaign that he's going to run away to Florida if Mamdani wins. Curtis is probably going to stay exactly where he is. He's probably going to stay in New York forever. He's going to probably keep on doing what he does. He'll fight for his city in the way that he does, which, you know, where he actually lives, by the way, unlike Cuomo, who lived in either Albany or Westchester up until like the moment he decided to run for mayor of New York City. You may not like Curtis Sliwa, but he's a genuine New York character. He's a person that saw problems in his community and attempted to do something about them. However misguided those attempts may have been, he didn't just sit around and listen to people complain and complain himself. He went out and tried to do something. You might not like the outcome of those things. You might completely disagree with the way he tried to do them, but he's certainly at least a guy that puts his words into action, which is a lot more than can be said for Andrew Cuomo. He's a somewhat civic-minded dude, possibly and very likely crazy, but always better than Cuomo. So let's hope for the best for Zohran Mamdani once he's sworn in as New York City mayor. After all, New York City contributes more than 5% of our entire country's gross domestic product. So let's stop with the nonsensical racism and let's reclaim the Tappan Zee Bridge. Catch you next time on Com 101. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe.